All right, guys, it's time to talk about the Nashville Predators and what a shit show last season was. I don't know how else to sum that up. I think we were all expecting a bit more than what they provided, ultimately finishing third to last in not just the Western Conference, but the entire NHL, which was extremely unexpected from what they provided the season before, especially with some of their big signings in Marchessault and Steven Stamkos. But, it's a new season. They've still got those two players. And I guess let's check out that lineup that they're going into this season with, Jaden.
All right, so you got Forsberg, Brady Martin, well, depending if he plays more than 9 games. Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos, Svechkov, Evangelista, Bunting, Horler, Marchessault, Smith, McCarron, and Aussie. I want to call him Aussie, but I
Aussie,
always
Aussie,
play it.
Aussie.
It's nice. It's a nice name. In regards to decor, Willsby, Yossi, Shea, Perbix, Stasny, and Barron. Goaltending, Saros and Anunen. Obviously, IR, you've got Evangelista, who was listed there, but he is on the IR, and also Nicholas Haig, who they brought in, is on the IR as well. So that's why they're not currently listed there. Um, yeah, in regards to ins, just Nick Perbix and Brady Martin, the ELC signing, number 5 overall. And
Mhm.
in regards to trades, obviously bringing in Nicholas Haig, who I just mentioned is on the IR right now, leaving out Sissons and Lawson, and then bringing in Eric Hauler from New Jersey as well. So, all in all, this team's either 30 or over, or you're a youngster, you're a young blood.
Mhm.
There's pretty much not many in betweens. And it's an interesting team. Like looking at it, if Brady Martin does play the full season, this could be
Mhm.
great. Svechkov also a young blood. So two young bloods down the middle. Obviously, I don't think Rylan Riley is going to play wing. I
Mm.
think that's a little mix up there, but it is what it is. Ultimately, you got a lot of aging, you got a lot of young blood. Um, there's a lot of risk. The decors all up in the air as well. Um, it's hard to see this team pull it off. And just another thing to mention, they do have 10 mil in dead cap and
Mhm.
5.5 mil in cap space at the moment. So realistically, they're 15 million short in regards to players.
Mm. Yeah, it's a wild list, isn't it? You see, number one center is a kid who was drafted in last draft at number 5 overall. Look, rumors are that he is going to start the season, so he's obviously doing something
Yeah,
right.
he's going to play the
And
first game, but does he play more than 9? Does he?
yes, yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Whether or not he's going to be um, good enough to play the 9, or even if he's good enough, do they want to sacrifice a year of his contract? They're in a really difficult position because, like, at the end of the day, this team kind of needs to be in contending mode because you've got Forsberg 31 now. Stamkos is on the other side of 30, 35. Marchessault's 34. O'Reilly 34. They just picked up Eric Hauler in a trade who's 34. This, as you said, this team is either 30 plus or really, really young. They've got no in between. UC Saros is now 30. So they don't have the luxury of waiting 3 or 4 years to develop some of these players and inject them into this lineup. So I'm not surprised Brady Martin is, gonna play game one. But it's a big ask to put on a kid's shoulders at 18 years old to be like, hey, we kind of need you to come into the lineup because honestly, we don't have much else, and we kind of need to be good. Um, it's an interesting just position to be in because this franchise changed their direction. A lot of people said they needed to go for the rebuild at the end of the season before last. They chose against that and decided to go out and get Master Show and Steven Stamkos, the two big names in free agency, and they landed both of them. Everyone had them pegged as a playoff team and a potential contender, and it completely fell flat on the floor. Um, it just did not work, and all of a sudden, people were throwing around rebuild, and it's like you kind of can't when you've gone all in
No, well,
on these
they're in
two
the
big
Roman
name
Yossi
players.
era. They're gonna keep going as long as Roman Yossi's there. Um,
Mm,
and look, he's got 3 more years on his contract. He's 35, and look, this team probably does have like 2 more years left in it, like
mm,
to get for possible, top chances. Look, they've done good in regards to getting draft picks, and they do have some top end talent in Stamkos, Marcia, so that could be flipped. They do have no move clause, but they could be flipped for assets. If worst situations happen, worst case scenario. But ultimately, like they have a lot of the pieces. The decor is where like you lose me, um,
mm,
because like I can see like Brady Martin, come in and fill that role. Play the whole season. I could see that. I could see Svechkov do that as well, and so on. But it's easy to have young kids on the forward line. But
mm,
when you got a lot of inexperience on the decor, like you got Yossi and Shea, which is great. Haig when he comes back, but then it kind of drops off pretty
mm,
drastically there, and that's my concern. It's just that decor. You got a good goaltender,
mhm,
Saros. Don't mind that at all. But yeah, I it's a lot of risk. Um, really requiring the two young kids really to kind of work out to fill out the roster completely. But
mhm.
I still think you need to add on the D. Even if Haig comes back, I feel like I need
They're
something
still
more as
missing.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are, and you don't want, especially with a team like this. I don't think you want um, your top four playing 25 minutes a night just so your third pair D
Mm.
only has to play 10. So
Like, there's just
yeah,
not enough games on the decor. This is the
no,
problem.
no, and that's it. And you're exactly right. I don't know what direction this team's going because they seem to have made a big, hey, we're gonna go all in and go for it when they got Master Show and Stamkos, and then when that failed, they're like, oh, do we just throw in the towel and go for a rebuild? Do we go all in? Um, and it just, yeah, I just don't know if the decisions that this franchise is making at the moment is the right call. I'm not sure that Barry Trotz is as good of a GM as he was a coach.
It was a hard position to be put into. Like you got Yossi
mm,
and whatnot that are going to keep playing no matter what. It's
yeah,
hard to go full rebuild. He has done a semi rebuild, semi go for it, which I
mm,
don't mind. It's just the go for it needs to be a little bit stronger.
yeah,
Um, saying that he did bring Marchessault and Stamkos. This is a team that does look like they brought in Eric Horler.
mhm,
I could easily see them poaching the other two Devils and Palat and Hamilton. Um, they keep going for the old guys. Palat worked with Stamkos. That could rejuvenate something. And then Hamilton, they need a D man. Honestly, if New Jersey ate some contract or whatever you work out. But I could see that as another move as well,
mhm,
because they do have the cap space in a sense,
mhm.
and that's another like a risky aged asset, but could work out for going for it.
Well, they need to go for it, right? Like at the end of the
At this
day,
point, like the way the team's built, yeah.
if you pull the pin on this team now, you're just wasting time.
Because
Because
if you rebuild now, it's 5 plus years easy.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
there's
So
no like right now youth besides like maybe Martin.
yeah, and yeah, you're right. There's no quick way about this. Like they've got to go and try and get rid of a bunch of assets, which they do have good players. But what's to say Stamkos and Marchessault are going to actually, you know, um, take that no move clause out and go, yeah, we'll move. They both won cups. They're probably content. They're like, yeah, we're both family guys. Like we don't want to move. And they just turn around and say, no, no, we signed here for a reason. We're staying. is two of your assets that you now can't get rid of. So yeah, I do think that they've just got to go for it for the next 2 to 3 years, and if that is going hard at players like you just said, like a Dougie Hamilton, trying to bring him into this lineup, um, then yes, so be it. But I do feel like they need to do something. They did come out the other day and say, "Hey, we um we fooled everyone 2 seasons ago. That no one thought there were a playoff chance. We made playoffs, and then we fooled everyone last season. Everyone thought that we were a playoff guaranteed cup contender, and we finished third at the bottom. We're gonna fool everyone again this season. So who knows? It might be a third season in a row that they trick everybody. But at this point, I don't know if they've got what it takes to get a playoff spot in what is a really tough Central Division.
Mm. Now, I need to see a defender added that I can run with anything everything else, shakily, but I just need to see a defender added because you got a good goaltender. If you have a good system around him, it could work. I could see it working,
Yeah.
even in a difficult division, just because of the amount of experience and skill that is on the top end.
Hmm.
Granted, no falling off from age, but yeah, I need to see a defender added.
Yeah.
That's my big key for Nashville to be successful this year. But ultimately, I
Yep.
don't have much more to say than that. My predictions, because of
Hmm.
how the division is, they're not going to make the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's my prediction. If they
Yeah.
do, it's like a 1 point wild card spot type of situation.
Yeah. I think if they were in the Metro or the Pacific, I could see it a bit more just because I think those two divisions are a little bit weaker. But given the toughness of that Central Division, Avs, Stars, Jets aren't really going anywhere. Wild, who knows what they're going to provide. Utah Mammoth are looking like they're going to take steps. St. Louis Blues are going to be strong again. Like it's it's not an easy division. And I don't see these guys ahead of any of them at the moment. So I think, yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be another tough season. Um, but look, they have shocked everyone 2 seasons in a
Yeah,
row, so they might
if
do it
if
again.
you're picking a dark horse, the team that upsets everyone, it'll be this team. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the most likely
100%.
chance. Yeah. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment below what you think in Nashville, and subscribe to the channel for more content. But till next time, we'll catch you guys.
See you guys.